Good morning. My name is Lisa Kelly, and I'm Programs Manager with the Ontario Chamber of Commerce. I work specifically on the Discoverability Network program, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about it today and how it might be able to help you, a job seeker with a disability, connect to an inclusive employer. We have about 135 local chambers of commerce across Ontario, and they represent 60,000 businesses. Those businesses have told us that the biggest challenge to growth and productivity is actually labor market needs. We also know that people with disabilities are a great talent pool that can help fill those vacancies. We know that businesses, when they have hired people with disabilities, both large enterprise level and small to medium-sized companies, have told us that people with disabilities met or exceeded expectations. We know that people with disabilities bring a lot of great qualities that make them valued employees. They're as productive or more productive than people with disabilities. They work as safely, or even in some cases more safely, than people without disabilities. We know that they bring a new perspective that can drive innovation in the workplace, and that they tend to, on average, stay longer with the company, which reduces retention rates and saves companies millions of dollars. Now, costs. Does it cost more to hire a person with a disability? Well, it's very minimal, especially when we look at the retention costs, savings that you get when you hire somebody. So 60% of accommodations that are requested cost absolutely nothing. 93% of accommodations are a one-time cost of less than $500. Common accommodations might be things like flex hours, an ergonomic workstation, an ergonomic keypad, assistive technologies, or adaptive devices. In terms of capacity, the Ontario Chamber of Commerce created the Discoverability Network to be able to assist businesses with training their staff, connecting to talent, which is what the portal is, and providing support should there be issues or questions. So there's three parts to our network. The first, I'm going to talk to you about the online job matching platform that connects businesses that are looking for candidates from diverse backgrounds and perspectives to job seekers with disabilities. The second is free training. This is just one example for businesses, job seekers, and service providers. If you're interested in our training, when you sign up on the portal, under the learning section, there will be links to future upcoming events. And finally, we do create networking events that connect businesses, inclusive businesses, to job seekers with a disability. And again, invitations would be shared out on our system. So let's talk about how the system works. Well, for job seekers, it's pretty simple. There's 4 steps. You get started by creating a profile that's used to showcase your skills and qualifications. And what's kind of great about our system, it's not just a single resume where you have to capture everything about you. You do upload a resume, and you can upload a resume, but you can also add in previous experience, your interests, certifications that might not, be able to be included into your resume. So it's a little bit more fulsome, which makes for a little bit better matching. The second thing that happens is you set your job preferences. So do I want to work full-time? Do I want to work part-time? There's a whole field, and that's very important that you fill that out so that you get accurate matches. What industry are you looking at? And you'll be notified when your profile is matched to a job opportunity. So it's doing the work for you in the background. Third, when you get an invite, you get to review all of them under your communications tab in the platform, and then you decide who you want to apply to. And you only apply to jobs you're interested in. Your profile remains private until you actually choose to apply to that company. And finally, the employer then looks at your profile, and then if they decide to connect with you, you'll receive a notification, and then you'll go forward like any other job process with interviews and screenings and reference checks. Let's look at the actual website, and I've just done a few screen captures to show you what that might look like. So the first thing you're going to do, this is our landing page that appears, is you'll go to discoverability.network. You're going to sign up as a job seeker. You'll see that there's also a section for businesses. They create their own profile that very much parallels the information that you're putting in, but from an employer perspective. You're going to choose your region. Don't worry about the region so much. That's more for us to connect you to local employers or local events. You'll be able to enter a field within your profile that says, here's the jobs that I would consider within this geographic range. So you'll still receive invitations from any of the locations you're willing to work. If your region doesn't appear up there, just simply select Ontario and then enter. Now, there's a difference here. I'm not going to go into all these details of it because I'm sure all of you have used systems before where you have to sign up. So signing up, you have to fill in some information. It's sent to your email where you verify it's you, and then you go back onto the system. Log in and job search. All those are found under the bright yellow button on the upper right-hand corner of the screen called Find Job Opportunities. But I want to talk to you for just a second about this splash page that we've landed on. This is also where you can learn and read more about what you bring to the workplace as a valued employee under benefits. And under the resource section along the top bar, you'll see it right here. I'm using my mouse to circle it. Are tools, handouts, literature, strategies for when you're job searching. A lot of information on disclosures and accommodations. So you might want to check that section out. But let's assume that you absolutely have already created an account. You can use your existing Magnet account with the same username and the same password to enter, and you want to connect to some inclusive employers. You would come to this field, and this is the My Profile section of the portal. And you'll see that right now it's empty. So you want to fill it in as much as you can. The more information you provide, the better the matches you're going to get. I made the mistake when I first signed up about 4 years ago of not completing it, not filling it out completely, and I didn't scroll down, and I was getting some odd matches, and it's mostly because I didn't give them information about my skills and qualifications. So I've corrected that now, and I get all of the job opportunities I get are actually very much related to my field. So in this My Profile section, you're going to want to fill out your name, your address, your contact information. You can add a picture. You can write a little bit about yourself and include a summary. You're also going to want to set your job preferences. You're going to want to add your work experience, your educational experience. There's a section on skills, which I highly recommend that you fill out. There is also a section on certifications that you fill out. Things like even having a driver's license can make a difference for some jobs. When you have filled this out, if you see this pale blue box on the right-hand side, that's a prompt, and they're recommending that this is a field you might want to complete in order to get better matches. When you sign up, you'll be asked if you want to self-identify as a person with a disability. You may want to think about that. I know a lot of the times we're encouraged not to, but the whole point of our portal is the employers that advertise and do diversity outreach strategies use our tool to connect to people with disabilities. So if you decide not to self-declare, which is your option, you'll still be connected to other employers, but you won't be sent job invitations to employers that are specifically looking to increase the numbers of people with disabilities in their workforce because they believe that they bring value to the workplace. There's a nice little descriptor if you read it all here. I'm not going to go into it. You can find the decision to self-declare later under Settings, and at the very bottom, Self-Declaration. Now, your self-declaration will be visible only when you apply to those jobs that you've decided that you're interested in, and that request applicants from a diversity target group that you identify with. So in this case, it would be people with disabilities. Your self-declaration will not be disclosed to employers when you are applying to jobs that are not marked as diversity target postings. So your information is protected. Tips for success. It takes a while to build a good profile. I think it's very similar to like a very strong LinkedIn profile. I would say 45 minutes to 1 hour. You want to include, that's the great thing about having a more fulsome or robust program and job matching platform, so take advantage of it. You can upload your resume, but I want to encourage you to go into each section to make sure the information and fields have been grabbed and self-populated in an accurate way, and add any other information that it may prompt you for. Self-declaration. As a person with a disability, I understand how difficult it can be to make a decision about if, when, and how you're going to self-disclose. But there's a lot of positive aspects of disability, and a lot of companies recognize that. So if you want to be connected to those companies on our system, I encourage you to self-identify. Always, always, always continue to use a variety of platforms, other job sites, career fairs, networking events, information interviews. There's another new product put out by Magnet on our system called Align. There's a short video that will also speak to that and how it can help you as a person with a disability job seeking. Get involved in the community, learn a new program, ask for information interviews. Job search is difficult. We're in a bit of a lull right now in the economy, so this is the time to get your information and your profiles all up to date, get those resumes, maybe a couple versions for different types of jobs that you want, get them all ready to go so that when the economy opens up, you're ready to go and find a job. Again, to learn more, visit https://discoverability, all one word, .network for more information. If you need assistance signing up, contact Boyan at our offices at boyanmitrovic@occ.ca. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook under the handle Hire Ability Now, capital letter on each of those words. Thank you so much, and we very much wish you good luck job searching.